my name is Katie Carson and I am the Duchess of Suds here at the Royalty Soaps channel. What do you mean you're tired of black raspberry vanilla videos? You can never have too many black raspberry vanilla videos. You will watch it and you will like it. But in my defense, guys, this isn't 100% my fault. Okay, so a while ago I put up a poll and let all of you guys vote on your favorite designs from 2018. And the ones that got the most votes I was gonna remake in December for the January release. Black raspberry vanilla was on the list, so really it's all your fault. I will say we spiced it up with some new colorants and my soap partially gelled. We'll talk a little bit more about gelling and gel phase and what the crap that even is a little later in the video. It never happens to my soap and you will be amazed. So without further ado, let's make some diggity dang black raspberry vanilla soap again. Oh, very delicious. How I love thee just the way you are, but we're gonna spice you up a little bit this time. First thing I'm gonna do is pour my cooled lye water solution into my oils. The recipe I'm using today is down in the description box below. So let's blend this up a little bit until we're just past emulsification. Okay, we're past emulsification now, so let's start splitting off our batch. The first part we're splitting off is the top. And if you remember, in the first set that I did, when I poured 100 bars, I made it even on the bottom and on the top. But this time I'd like to make the top a little bit thinner than the bottom. So I'm gonna pour off some here. I'm gonna move this bucket out of the way and we're gonna focus on the big one. I'm gonna scrape down the sides and then we're gonna add the color in. For the bottom, I'm gonna be using Hollywood Pink Mica. I'm pretty sure I used Raging Raspberry from TKB Trading last time, but I wanted something that's gonna be a little more potent. I'm now using my spatula to scrape all the edges of the bucket because when you add a lot of pretty color in there, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to disperse it all, and this really helps. And it is time to add our fragrance oil to the first half of the slab. So we're using black raspberry vanilla from Nature's Garden. If I had to pick a fragrance oil, I would say that black raspberry vanilla is probably one of the most popular cold processed soap scents on the market. It smells fantastic, it's easy to work with, it doesn't discolor, it doesn't rice, and it doesn't accelerate your batter. And the scent is nice and strong after cure time. Fragrance oil has been mixed in. So once again, I'm just gonna run my spatula all around the edge of this bucket just to make sure it's gotten into every single nook and cranny. And now we're gonna pour it into our large slab mold. I'm gonna pour it all over. What a perfect berry color. I am obsessed. I'm gonna scrapey out my big containy. Now that all that soap is in the mold, it is time to do our mica line. Now, as you can see up here, I started dusting with the gold dust before I even started filming because I wanted to see if it would work, and it does. So I've put some gold dust mica, or Eco Gold from Nurture Soap, into a salt shaker, and instead of using the little tea strainer, I'm just shaking it on with the salt shaker, which is honestly so much easier. And because the gold dust is such a fine powder, it comes out really easily and has nice coverage. Now that the entire soap surface is covered, I have a wet paper towel, and I'm just gonna take that, run it along the edges here of the soap, and also along the insides, because we want those sides to be nice and pigmented without any interference from the gold dust. So where you can see some has popped up along this edge, I'm just gonna be really, really careful. And I'm just gonna wipe it along the side here. And now I'm gonna wait a little bit until this bottom sets up and we're gonna work on the top of the soap. For this next layer, I'm going to do an in the pot swirl with 4 different colors. It's going to be beautiful. So I'm filling up these little containers about halfway, and then the big container is going to be white. Besides the white, the lightest color is going to be pink. We're using Cosmic Carolyn today. Next, we're going to incorporate the Hollywood pink again. And finally, for the darkest shade, we're going to be using Purple Vibrance from Nurture Soap. I'm going to wipe down the side of this container here, and then we're going to blend up all the colors. I'm going to blend the fragrance oil in by hand because I want it to stay pretty liquidy, and it also gives me the chance to wipe down the sides of all the containers and make sure the mica is fully incorporated. The first color I'm pouring into the bucket is Cosmic Carolyn. I'm pouring it into one corner. Well, not really a corner because I'm pouring it into a circle, but you guys know what I mean. One portion, one sector, one quadrant, I don't know. Next is the Purple Vibrance, pouring that right down the side into the next area. I'm scraping the buckets as I go along. And then finally, we have the Hollywood pink in the last quadrant, and it's going to pull those other 2 in just a little bit. No mixing at all. We're gonna pour this straight onto the first layer. I'm holding a spatula to help break the fall, and then I'm just gonna gently ladle this on top. I'm pouring from the side with the darkest purple first. And as we go along, we're gonna get more white on the top, which is good because we're going to be putting some mica mixed with oil on the top and making a really, really pretty design. So it's nice to have a more white filled top for that. It makes those colors really stand out. So now it looks and smells like candy. And I'm scraping very meticulously so I don't mottle the colors. You can see when they're coming out, they're still in nice stripes. That white is beautiful. It's really, really liquidy, so I don't even have to tap it down on the floor. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of the darkest color first. This is Purple Vibrance. In total, I have 3 colors. I have Purple Vibrance, Hollywood Pink, and Cosmic Carolyn. I've taken 1 teaspoon of each and mixed it with 1 teaspoon of olive oil. That's the ratio I like to use because the color is still really easy to swirl at that point, but it's not so liquidy that it's gonna run all over the place. And it's just enough to cover 1 slab so that every single bar gets some color. Next, we're gonna do the Hollywood Pink. Little easier to incorporate this one. Those purple ones tend to get thick. All the way down. Touching the edges is fine because then you know that that bar is gonna be covered all the way to the end. And this is just the way I like to do my swirls. This is not the way everyone has to do theirs. And finally, we've got the Cosmic Carolyn. This one I'm pouring all over, a little more zigzaggy, paying less attention to where it's going and more attention to which parts of the soap it's covering. So I'm trying to get all those little edges that maybe don't have all the pretty stuff on it. And while I've been favoring the toothpick swirl recently, I am gonna swirl with my pipette because I feel like it needs to be a little bit of a thicker swirl for this particular soap. There is not a specific way to do it. I'm simply going all around wherever I think the pattern needs a little more. And it's liquidy enough so that all of the pretty pulls that I'm making are still nice and distinct, but very obviously swirled, which is the way I like it. Then I go back and I check any place that I think needs a little extra. I might pull some more, especially on those end pieces. Down here, I think needs a little bit. Probably around here as well. Lovely. That being done, we're going to add a little bit of glitter. So this is some eco-friendly, biodegradable glitter. It's made in the UK. It is from a UK website. I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I will leave you guys a little link to it down below. It's called Berry Burst. I'm gonna put this on a popsicle stick, and then I'm gonna lightly tap the popsicle stick so that just a little tiny bit comes off. I like to do for a whole slab about 2, I would say. Yeah, maybe 2 of these little popsicle sticks full. It's a very dainty touch. This isn't a very large glitter size. And I'm gonna do a very, very quick sprinkling of the large hollow bio glitter. This is from Brambleberry, and by quick, I mean maybe 3 passes in total. I don't want it to be overwhelming at all. The swirl in there is the main attraction. We're gonna seal in the design with a quick spritz of rubbing alcohol, and that's it, we're done. Here's a little close-up of the Berry Delicious soap. I love it. And you can see all the teeny tiny little glitters on there. They really do just kind of bring out the colors. They don't overwhelm it. So I'm gonna let this soap sit for 18 to 24 hours, and then we will come back, split the slab into loaves, and cut the loaves into bars. So we're back the next day to split this slab with my nifty slab cutter, Rosalind. It's a little bit sticky, as per usual, when it comes to this particular fragrance oil, but that means splitting is really easy. All right, so let's slide one of the middle loaves out. I feel like we can always see the swirls the best with one of those. Hey guys, look at this. It reached partial gel on the inside. I've never had a soap do this with this recipe. I was working with slightly warmer temperatures, so that might have something to do with it, but it looks pretty cool. If you want to learn about gelling versus non-gelling your soaps, I will leave you guys some articles down in the description box below. Some soap makers like to force it to gel like this, and other soap makers prefer to avoid it at all costs. So gelling typically makes your soap more bold, more vivid, like this color right here. But it can also get really hot and overheat and mess up your design. So there's pros and cons to gelling versus non-gelling. Okay, so now we're going to cut one of these. I can't wait to see the end pieces versus the middle ones. It's gonna be so cool. Okay. Oh, this cuts like butter. All right, let's pull one out of the middle. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Now obviously that orange color is going to turn a lovely shade of pink. And then you can also see that gold glittery mica line, and then of course the top. Wow. Here's one of the bars that partially gelled. This looks so cool. It's like a natural ombre. So it's got the dark color into the light color, and then when you flip it over, it's all light on the back. And that marble pattern on the inside is so rad. Caleb joins us now with the question of the day.
Would you rather be covered in tongues?
Whatever no, pick a new one. Ooh, look at the top of this one.
Would you rather live in a house made of old teeth or have
Caleb,
tongues?
why are you picking body parts? Okay, I'm cutting another one just for fun. I know we hardly ever cut like multiple things on this channel, but we're going to today. It was so soft, Evangeline didn't even make a noise. Ooh, look. It looks like I made a design here like on purpose, but I did not. The question of the day is, would you like to spend 24 hours with a celebrity that has already died, or would you rather spend an entire week with one that's currently living? I know what I'd pick. I would take 24 hours with Charles Dickens, hands down. Like, that's not even a question for me. I would not even hesitate. But I want to know what you guys think, so be sure to vote on the question of the day by clicking the I in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. I hope you guys loved today's video that I've made 8 times already. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and ding my bell down below. That sounds so bad. What I meant is click the notification bell down below so the Soap Fairy can visit you every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys on Friday for the first day of the 12 days of Soapmas. You don't want to miss the first day because we're starting off Soapmas the right way with a giveaway. It's gonna be great. So until then, you have an absolutely royal day. Do something that makes you happy today, like watching the same video over and over and over again, or never watching that YouTube channel ever again because they have pushed things too far, honey. Either way, do something that makes you happy, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now. Meow.